Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. There's a lot of commotion going on in the store right now. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm not sure what is going on, but we need to have a bunch of quiet on the set signs like they do at golf tournaments. That's what I want Betsy to do from now on, is to have quiet please signs and just get right close to my coworkers. This is a production we're doing. I can't be distracted. Hey, look, wine. Arden Creek. This one right here, the Nouveau. Did I say that right, Chef Tess? Nouveau? Okay. Not that you're a wine expert, but I figured if I would have said it wrong, you could have corrected me.
Yeah, I could have.
Nouveau. This just won 2 awards at the Iowa State Fair, including 2 awards that I forgot. I don't know. But we'll show you the press release later in the show.
Governor's choice, right?
Something. Best red, and then governor's thing. So I saw Mike. I'm doing a really bad job. Buy Arden Creek wine. Tell him I sent you. You can buy it right here at Hy-Vee. So this right here, this is an award-winning wine. You're supposed to do... Is this the move, Tess, right here? Is this the move? You ever done this move right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need a towel on your arm.
I need a towel?
Yeah.
My shirt's clean. Look at this. It's a nice red. So I saw Mike Furlong yesterday, and he told me this. And then this bottle right here, along with all the other Nouveau... Let's make Steve Graham nervous as I balance a bottle of wine on my sausage fingers. This bottle right here is from the batch that won at the State Fair. How about that? If I break it, I buy it? Is that how it works? What if I get a straw right now? Is that legal? So congrats to Arden Creek. We like those guys a lot. Made just, 20 miles away from where we are or less? It's not that far. So check it out. All right, let's go back to Chef Tess for a second. Prepping a whole bunch of different things today. I'm super excited to see what is going to become fresh-made mozzarella at your station. There's a whole bunch of veggies right now. There's some Tony's tortilla chips that are made in the Quad Cities. At this very moment, what are you prepping, Chef Tess?
So this is going to be just a homemade cabbage slaw for the chicken verde tacos for lunch today.
Ooh.
So that chicken's already been braised. We're going to heat that up, and then I'm going to hit it with some of this slaw. It's going to have like a lime apple cider vinegar sort of dressing, and then cilantro, and I think that's it. Some fresh lime juice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I could partake, I think, even though I'm on the weird diet, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
now. 55 pounds gone since June 4th. By Christmas, I'm going to be 175 pounds and creepy. I'm just going to be like stick man over here. Hello, look at me. I don't want to have to buy all new clothes. That's not cool. All right, so let's go. Do we have overhead shot of that chopping action? Look at that. I think that'll be delightful. I'm not a big cabbage person, but I trust most everything you make, so you could change my mind easily. Are you going to try and get me to come around on my cabbage opinion?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
You know, Brussels sprouts are just tiny cabbages.
Brussels sprouts are tiny, disgusting. That's what they should be called. There's no Brussels sprouts in this, right?
No.
Okay.
Not
Don't
yet.
say, why would you say it like that? Now there's like mystery in that. Like you're going to hide a Brussels sprout. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to make these like keto donuts, and Chef Tess is going to sneak a Brussels sprout in one. And I'm like,
I would never.
Man, these
do
are really these are really good donuts. I don't know. They taste like Brussels sprout. Brussels sprouts are my kryptonite, ladies and gentlemen. Let the record state. I feel like I put all this bad karma out there about Brussels sprouts, and I'm going to run into some this weekend, maybe. Maybe it'll be at the Muscatine Charities event. What if that's all they have for appetizers are different variations of Brussels sprouts? I'm just going to leave. Well, I never. This is ridiculous. All right, well, look at how good that looks already. Vibrant colors. rocking and chopping. And if you need anybody to sample, again, Ryan Broderson right there for you. He's there. He just gave Chef Tess a little wave. That was cute. All right. Let's get to our first guest who drove 500 miles to get here or so. Is that accurate, Mike Trott?
I think it was 506, actually, so close.
You always have to one-up me. Development coordinator for Eastern Iowa JDRF. Good to see you, pal. Hey, you have a fantastic shirt on, by the way.
Yes,
I didn't even notice that this was a Hy-Vee shirt until you sat down.
Yeah, it was a gift from Hy-Vee last year that all of our riders that are Hy-Vee employees got to have, and I got to have one as well, so I was super stoked about it.
That's fantastic. So we're going to talk about a couple of things, but to start, for sure, the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes, there's several different rides that will happen in different locations from like New Mexico I saw, and then specifically we're going to talk about the one in Wisconsin, which is next week, by the way. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the actual ride date is August 11th.
Okay.
But we go up on the 9th. We have some banquets, some different things that we like to do to really steward our riders and educate our riders about type 1 diabetes.
Sure. How many miles will folks be riding on the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes?
Well, the mileage is up to the riders.
Okay.
However, the max is 100 miles, and quite a few of them actually do it. You'd be surprised.
Jeez. Now, we just got done with RAGBRAI. Do you know if there will be any people that participated in RAGBRAI going up to Wisconsin for the JDRF ride?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because a lot of our riders will use RAGBRAI as sort of a training.
Oh my gosh.
So they will either ride the whole thing or they'll ride portions of it.
They're training on RAGBRAI?
Training on RAGBRAI.
I'm sweating just thinking about you're training for a ride by riding across the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. At this point, Mike, are people able to still sign up for the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes?
Absolutely. If lacrosse doesn't work out for you this week, there's always the opportunity to sign up for some of our later rides, and you can find out that information on our website, ride.jdrf.org, or they can contact me at my office.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. How long, and there's the website pulled up right there, for Eastern Iowa, I believe. How long have you been with JDRF?
I've been with JDRF for about 6 years.
Excellent. And what would be like your most, I ask people a lot, like rewarding part of your job? Certainly you can point to a lot of things. You get to be a part of a lot of special events, whether it be the ride or the gala that we'll talk about in a few, but how would you answer that question, Mike?
For me, I'm really invested in our chapter. I serve as sort of the ride manager. So
sure.
I take care of our riders from the day that they sign up until the day that they cross the finish line. So the ride program is really what I gravitate towards. But to give you an example of some of those rewarding things from the ride,
sure.
I'll tell you a quick story about the first ride that I went to. I stood at the finish line to watch riders come across, and I saw two riders coming from a distance on their bikes, and again, they're on like mile 99 of a 100-mile ride, and all of a sudden, right before they get to the finish line, they stop, and they get off their bikes, and the one guy walks over to the lawn area and grabs a little girl who happens to be a type 1 diabetic and sets her on his bike and pushes her across the finish line. Come to find out, that was his type 1 daughter. And it was just one of those things that you witness, it gives you goosebumps. I still get goosebumps talking about it, but it just gives you an idea of how special this event is.
Absolutely. From the walks, we see a picture of that on the screen right now, to the rides. It's all about bringing together the community of, well, families, quite frankly, that have someone in their life that is, has type 1 diabetes, and helping them out, being a good resource for them. So for people that are watching us, Mike, that might not be, I don't know how you couldn't be familiar with JDRF. You've done so much good work for so many years, but for somebody that's maybe tuning in and they don't know a lot about JDRF, how are some of the ways that your organization is serving the different communities, whether it be in Muscatine or the surrounding areas? We talk about these larger events, but what else is going on that we should make sure that the audience is aware of?
Well, one of the big things I would say is, and I always talk about my job being twofold. So there's the fundraising aspect. Obviously, I have a personal connection as well. I want to raise funds to help create money for research to save my loved ones. But the other side of it is bringing people with type 1 together, and providing them with other means of support. So if we have a family in Muscatine that is recently diagnosed with type 1, we want to connect them with another family in Muscatine, or people that are involved with us in Muscatine, to give them that support, whether it be a gathering to get together, get the kids together, or maybe it's just a phone call one night saying, you know what, this disease has gotten the best of me. I just need to talk to somebody who is in the same ship that I'm in.
That is so important to have that connection, because people need to understand that when they get that diagnosis, they are not alone. And while it can be a daunting, scary thing to hear, families that could be, I mean, you could have someone down the block, you might not know it. But what I do appreciate about JDRF is that you've also made it easier to have these conversations so that there's no shame attached to it. And maybe shame isn't the right word, but you know what I mean, right? The last thing you want is a family to receive this diagnosis and just feel defeated, because JDRF is there to have conversations, to be that strong ally with events that we mentioned. But then again, I love the fact that you're able to just point them to people in their community that are going through something similar. And from my experience, it seems, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but it seems like the technology for folks, especially young folks with type 1 diabetes, keeps getting better, whether it's like insulin pumps with smartphone apps. I mean, I hope that we're able to get away from needles in a couple of years, and certainly JDRF raising all this money for research helps. So in the 6 years that you've been a part of the organization, it's got to make you feel good to see the strides that have been made to help these families.
Yeah, and I think one of the most impressive things for me, and probably one of the most important things for people that have a child with type 1 diabetes, is the fact that they can send their kid to school with a continuous glucose monitor on, and go to work maybe a half hour away and still be able to monitor their blood sugar on the phone, just by pulling up the app. And there have been so many parents that have come to me and said, thank you for supporting this technology. This is, it doesn't cure type 1 diabetes, but it makes managing it so much easier.
Right, and that's what the key is managing it until we get to that point when it can be cured, which of course, I feel like we can't be that far away with how quickly technology is advancing. But in the meanwhile, these ways to monitor it, I mean, having known people that have had children with type 1 and where they started with what they'd have to do several times a day to where they're at with the glucose monitoring, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
The stride. So I think sometimes we also need to stop and appreciate how far we've come, rather than just waiting for this cure. I think the work will continue for the cure, but we really need to just celebrate where we're at, because as you mentioned, people's lives are that much better in just a couple of years, right? Because the glucose monitoring technology is not that old. Is that correct?
It's not that old at all. And I think you make a good point, and that's what we really try to do at these events, like the ride, like our walks, is we say, hey, thank you for getting us to where we're at. Look at where we were. I mean, the first insulin pump was the size of a backpack.
Oh my gosh.
You wore it on your back with straps. Now it's smaller than a cell phone, and it's in my pocket. But we say thank you for getting us to where we're at, but we also paint that vision of where we're going. And like you said, it's a journey. We, with the walk, whether it's the walk or the ride, we're getting 1 mile closer, $1 closer every single day. And eventually we're going to get there.
It's going to happen in both of our lifetimes for sure. You just have to get that feeling. The connection with Hy-Vee. So Hy-Vee is, a company that's based in Des Moines, reaching into states like Wisconsin and Minnesota, and certainly the Hy-Vee footprint has expanded, but it seems like Hy-Vee's been with JDRF for a long time and contributes a lot annually. So just talk about that relationship. I mean, certainly it's on the shirt, and we're doing a show in Hy-Vee, and I'm not trying to make it about Hy-Vee, but for a company of this size, they have certainly been dedicated to JDRF.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's make it about Hy-Vee, right? Hy-Vee's dedication to JDRF, and I'm sorry, I'm moving the table.
Don't worry about it.
Jeez Louise, I'm all over the place. Hy-Vee's dedication to JDRF is unbelievable. In just the 6 years that I've worked at JDRF, the millions on top of millions of dollars that they continue to raise for JDRF to fund research is just a chip off of the ice block in regards to now we have Hy-Vee dietitians that are reaching out and saying, we would like to meet with your type 1s and help them have a better diet.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people with diabetes, we're starting to see a lot of celiac being connected with that.
Sure.
And so these dietitians are able to reach out and say, here's a type 1 friendly celiac diet that can help you have a healthier lifestyle. We have tons of Hy-Vee's employees that volunteer.
Sure.
It's just unbelievable what they do. The chocolate sales, the sneaker sales. We say thank you a lot, but it's kind of one of those situations where we know it's never enough.
Sure. It's great to see $18 million since 1990. What was the year again? Since 98, $18 million. And shout out to Advanced Auto Parts while we're at it. I mean, between the two of them, that's a lot of money and support. And just think about it this way, whether it's corporation making a donation or, Mike, certainly the individual, each dollar counts, and each dollar is a step again in the direction of curing this thing, but also has helped with the glucose monitoring and improving the lives. And you're right, talking about the Hy-Vee dietitian. Certainly, I mean, we have one here, Kara Zigeman. She is smart. She knows her stuff, and I love the fact that we have that resource in the store that you could call, schedule a tour, and she will take you around the store to point things out. And especially, you talk about a family that maybe just had a child that received a type 1 diabetes diagnosis, being able to come into a place like this and not feel intimidated. This is a big store.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, things would have to change with the way that you grocery shop. But to be able to have that resource, it's a phone call away, and free, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Kara will take you around the entire store. I can't say enough about it. It does make you feel good, and it is always great when we see the shoes, the sneakers for sale. Hard to not buy one for $1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to write your name on it. Some people will write goofy things like Batman. You really don't care what they write as long as they pick one up, right?
No. You know, and some people like to donate and keep it anonymous.
Sure.
And, you know, we appreciate that. Some of them are really funny to read too.
You can get creative if you want to.
Yes.
Did we miss the gala, or is that still coming up?
That is coming up.
Okay.
We actually are in the middle of. We just sent out over 900 invitations.
Wow.
Hand addressed. It's a long process, but it's well worth it. That is October 13th this year, and it's really quite exciting because the theme this year is Mad About a Cure.
Cool.
And it is themed around the Mad Hatter.
Yes, that is fantastic.
Yes, it's going to be, you know, I can't give away too much.
Sure.
Because my coworkers back home will hurt me if I do. But let's just say it is going to wow like it's never wowed before.
That is exciting. Where is that held?
We hold that at the Cedar Rapids Marriott.
Okay. Is that at the DoubleTree?
No, that's it's actually on Collins Road.
Okay, cool.
And we've been with them for a long time. They're great partners of us.
Cedar Rapids Marriott. If we go to the JDRF Facebook page, Ryan, you can see the gala. But all right, so with that being the theme, do you encourage attendees to dress up, or is it more like dress attire?
It's a black tie event.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
good.
we will.
So I don't need to show up like the Mad Hatter. I don't mind sticking out. I already stick out. Well, if I showed up with like some ears and a hat.
Yeah, you can leave the Johnny Depp costume at home.
That's good. 900 invitations. That's a huge turnout.
Yeah, and that night we will raise $440,000.
What in the world? For real?
For real.
So what goes on that? And how do you get to 400? That is an incredible amount. How do you get to that amount?
So it's a few different ways. Number one, we have incredible sponsorship of the event, including Hy-Vee. Of course, they always have a table of people there. We have various corporate sponsors from all the way in the Quad Cities to Cedar Rapids.
Sure.
We'll have over 500 guests in the room.
Wow.
We have a silent auction that is everything that you can dream of and more. Something for everyone: jewelry, home and garden stuff. And then we have a live auction, which has destination trips.
Sure.
Again, I'm trying not to give away too much.
No, I get it. I get it.
But then we do a very special portion of the live auction called Fundacure.
Okay.
And that's an opportunity for our donors to lift their bid card from anywhere from $10,000 all the way down to $100, and 100% of that donation goes directly towards T1D research.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
That seems like a wonderful annual event that is, of course, a lot of work, but absolutely worth it when you know that you can $440,000.
Yes.
Wow, what a great celebration that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we recap a little bit, the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes in Wisconsin is next week. That's coming up. The JDRF Gala, or Gala. I like that it's a gala. It makes it kind of schmancy.
Gala, tomato.
Do you call it gala? Gala? What's the right one?
Well, it depends what side of Iowa you're from.
That is absolutely true. 100% true. Let's give people, and we've been looking at the website and social media, but ways to get in contact with you. I mean, certainly we've been looking at JDRF Eastern Iowa on Facebook, and that's maybe what we need right there. Is that phone number, website, all that correct? All that info?
It looks good to me.
Okay, there you go, friends. JDRF.org/Eastern Iowa. 319-393-3850. That's Mike's personal cell phone number. Is it not?
It is not my personal cell phone number.
That would have been awkward. That is the office number.
No, it's
call.
not. But I encourage anybody that wants to reach out.
Sure.
Just request me on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's a great way to get a hold of me, and
Sure.
I try to do a lot of things Type 1 related. Not only on our Eastern Iowa page, but also on my personal page. So
that's fantastic. I appreciate you making the drive to be here and the work that you're doing. Keep it up, and please come back in the future if you need any additional support for JDRF. It's great to see you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good luck with everything in Wisconsin and at the gala.
Yeah.
Gala.
Yeah, and in Wisconsin, our JDRF Eastern Iowa ride team alone, with Hy-Vee's help, is going to raise $276,000.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
So between the ride and the gala, you're at what? Close to $800,000.
Our chapter this coming year, will raise $1.9 million.
Wow, that is unbelievable. All right, get involved, folks, and let's get closer to finding that cure. But in the meanwhile, celebrate where we're at and the progress that's been made, because it's definitely a lot over the last few years. Okay, so we're going to talk to Steve Graham in a moment, who's participated in this. But first, we're going to look at Chef Tess. Look at it. I'm telling you, it's kind of like a stop-motion movie. We start the show. Chef Tess is chopping stuff. We cut back. We got a great overhead shot. And now what are you working on?
Some hummus for catering that I have tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So this hummus that Chef Tess makes is unbelievable. You're real meticulous, so I want you to tell everybody what you're doing right now and why.
Okay, so I've been making hummus for a long time, and when you go to like an authentic Mediterranean restaurant, theirs has always been better than mine, and
Sure.
I found that super unnerving. So after a lot of research, I realized that they have these big machines that take the holes off of their garbanzo beans before they puree them into a hummus. Now we don't have one of those here, so I only make small batches of hummus because I have to take the skin off of each individual chickpea like that.
Every single chickpea skin you're removing right now. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, the hummus that you made in plant-based cooking class after doing this painstaking process was so smooth and just delightful.
It's worth it.
Every single one by hand. That is dedication. And this will take you less than 15 minutes easily. Is that correct?
Sure. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm not trying to time you. I just remember the last time you said, "Oh, I had that done in 12 minutes," and I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And it's just pop, 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 go the beans. That's it. All right. Let's send Betsy to the Toyota Muscatine cart camera. Frozen Betsy. Today is National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. So if you could find your favorite and bring one back, if you don't mind. That would be fantastic. That would be excellent. All right, so Toyota Muscatine Car Camp celebrating National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Thank you again, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy. She is heading towards Frozen. I wish I could partake in Ice Cream Sandwich Day, but Unfortunately, I cannot. We also apparently have some type of volcano on the screen. It's gone. Okay. Woo! We got that taken care of. Right past the Halloween candy, straight down the cleaning aisle.
Don't hit the pole.
Don't hit the pole. Right. Steve, why is there a giant pole in the middle of that aisle?
Support.
Okay. Steve Graham says that's what's holding that portion of the store up. Tony, stop complaining. All right, National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. It's also National Coloring Book Day. Anybody here have an adult coloring book? You know, that became popular like 3 years ago. Anybody doing that? Steve Graham, adult coloring book?
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
If you're cool.
So does that mean yes?
Yes.
Would you say that Mike Weiss, who works here at Hy-Vee, probably has a couple coloring books at home?
Look at Mike, though. He has trouble staying in the lines. I can tell.
We like you, Mike. It's all good, buddy. It's all good. All right. Can Betsy find ice cream sandwiches? We're putting her to the test. Now, what she should do is
go
grab a
straight
chipper.
forward and then hang a right and go about 4 doors down on the left-hand side.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've worked here for a while. We get it. I was going to say she should grab a Whitey's chipper. Those are the best ice cream sandwiches.
Those
Would
are
you agree?
fantastic. Yes, they are.
And maybe that's what she's going to grab. Let's see. Betsy, she went right past the Whitey's.
There's nothing wrong with Hy-Vee brand either, though.
Listen, Hy-Vee brand is tremendous. Help our bottom line.
That's what's in my freezer.
Of course it is. I don't believe you. All right. Ice cream sandwich day. We're going to wait till she shows us a sandwich. Are we going to hear from our friends at Toyota today?
Looks
Or
like
no?
Dave's stocking ice cream sandwiches right now.
Yeah. Is he doing it right now at this moment? That would be great timing. Do we have Choco Tacos? Is that still a thing? That was always my favorite. After playing
Maybe.
baseball, Choco Taco. Did I ever tell you the story about my friend's mom who had a tab with the ice cream man? She had a tab. She also had a tab at a really small neighborhood grocery store, so we would just go there. There we go, Klondike. Whoa. Klondike Reese's? That's a thing? Oh, behave. Hey, look, it's the Solomon family, everybody. Solomon and Son.
Is she delivering those to us?
Yeah, you can have one if you want. Price is right. Yeah, my friend's mom had a tab with the ice cream truck guy. So after baseball games, I would be like, let me get a Choco Taco and put it on Mrs. Cloak's tab.
Nice.
about that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I'm fat, Steve, because my friend's mom had a tab with the ice cream guy.
Blame everyone else.
It's not my fault. It's her fault. I'm kidding, of course, but listen, you can't have tabs anymore. That's back in the day. That's not even that
awesome.
long ago. I'm talking like 94. Good year. All right, Betsy, just keep it on the car cam. This is great. I like this perspective because you're going to get to see the set. Yesterday, I showed somebody where we do the show, and I won't say who should be watching the show more, but man, Warren Schwanke, I thought you just did it on Monday. No, pal. It's 5 days a week. All right, Betsy, thank you. Oh, she's taking the long road. So we'll grab these ice cream sandwiches because Steve's starving, and then we'll hear from our friends at Toyota, and then we'll come back to Steve Graham. Hi. How's it going? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Hello. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Man, I am losing weight. There's less of me when I turned around. You see that? Not bad.
I couldn't even see you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like the real Slender Man. Minus the spit just flew out of my mouth. You guys didn't see that, though. All right, let's go to Toyota Muscatine, and we'll put those right there for Steve.
You wreck your car, and you come on in. We put you in a car, and then we repair. Pretty simple, pretty cut forward. If you have any issues, just give us a call.
There we go. Aber Body Shop. Steve Graham in the house. Welcome back, brother. Okay, so you've known Mike Schrock from JDRF for how long now?
Several years, 3 years, I believe.
How
But
many-
I've been in touch with him.
How many years have you done the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes?
I've done it 10 years. This will be my 11th year.
Whoa. So, okay. And you do 100 miles on the bike? How many miles are you doing?
100 miles. That was my Facebook post the other day.
Wow.
Is 1,000 miles down, cure to go.
11 years of participating in the ride. So what compelled you to get involved 11 years ago?
This great company that I work for came and challenged me. Our CEO said they want a rider from every store. And so my director came back to me and said, hey, you used to ride a mountain bike, right? Yeah, about 10 years ago.
That's
and
awesome.
He said, well, we'd like for you to be our representative from the store. And go out to Whitefish, Montana, and pedal 100 miles on a bicycle.
Wow.
And without hesitation, I said, yeah, I'm in. And then I kind of went home and freaked out that I had just committed to riding 100 miles on a bike.
So we're looking at a picture right now. Obviously, you're in the picture, and your brother-in-law and my accountant and our friend Paul Nagovin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nagovin and Steger and Moline, might as well.
Last year, it was his first ride.
So is that in Wisconsin?
That's at the finish line. That's 100 miles down.
Wow.
As you can see, I didn't punish everybody with my bike attire today. It's very aerodynamic, but that's the finish line. And you can see, well, Paulie might be struggling a little bit, but we're smiling. It's over. It's done. Anybody can do it.
How long does it take to ride 100 miles?
It varies. It's you have 10 hours that the course is actually protected for you. Mm-hmm. It is an open road course, so there are cars on the road. I've done it everywhere from 6 hours up to 9.5 hours.
Jeez Louise. So this is next week. Are you ready? Do you need people to contribute to your campaign? Are you mentally ready to get on the bike?
You know, mentally I'm ready. Physically, there's always time for more preparation, but
Sure.
I think we'll be good to go. We've met our fundraising goal thanks to great support.
Nice.
Hy-Vee's always phenomenal. You know, the candy bar's up at the register for $1. 50 cents of that goes right back to the ride.
That's fantastic.
So that's always good.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I've certainly seen the candy bars up there, but that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, that's what it's here for.
So you've done this coming up on 11 years. You've obviously had to have met a lot of young people that are living with and managing type 1 diabetes, right?
You know, I have. You saw Rhonda there. She's the mother of my youth ambassador. So if you get involved with the ride and you don't, you're not acquaintances or know somebody or have a family member that has
Sure.
type 1 diabetes, what they do is like what Mike does and Annalise does is they pair you up with a youth ambassador is what they're called. And that first year, I got a letter in the mail. A week before the ride, and it said, you know, my name's Jade, and it was a 5-year-old's handwriting,
Wow.
and it said, you know, thank you for riding for me, and you're gonna do great, and you can do it. Mr. Steve is what she still calls me to this day.
So awesome.
And so it was really cool. My first ride, and I was out. I was struggling at like 80 miles. That was further than I've ever pedaled on a bike.
Right.
Heck, it's further than I drive in a car. And so I just stopped and pulled over and reflected on the side of the road, you know, about me struggling to ride 100 miles is nothing to a parent or a child that has type 1 diabetes and, you know, the daily struggles they go through and monitoring the blood sugars and getting up every 2 hours in the middle of the night. And so I just kind of reflected a little bit and got home. I got through the 100 miles, got home, and kind of thanks to the internet, did some stalking and found these guys, and they're out of Davenport.
Nice.
And I called and I said, hey, you know, my name's Steve Graham. I think your daughter's my youth ambassador.
That is so cool.
I need to meet you guys.
Right.
You know, and from there we've been family friends ever since.
And now she's 16, going to be 17?
I believe, yeah.
That's
16.
Wild.
And it's been an amazing journey. Rhonda has ridden now. This will be her 4th ride.
Wow.
We got my brother-in-law involved last year on his first ride. Next year we're going to get Tony Tone on his first ride.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm already rappelling over the side of a building. I don't even have
You won't
a bike.
need a keto diet if we can get you on a bike pedaling.
What about Tess? Tess has the bike already. Why would you look to me? I don't even have a bike. Somebody asked me to go golfing yesterday. I'm like,
I'll
I
do
don't
it
even
if you
have
do
golf
it.
clubs.
I'll do it if you do it.
You'll do it. Steve's
No,
going
I'm
to do it.
talking
So
to you.
you're in? Okay.
To make you
there
feel
go.
better, I didn't have a bike either when I signed
Will
up.
Hy-Vee pay for a big and tall bike?
No.
We'll find one.
I bet you we could get you a big wheel.
I would totally ride a big wheel. Absolutely would do that.
It's just a couple hills. to
What about a
climb.
golf cart? Nobody's probably done it on a golf cart, right?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. First time on a golf cart. Duh. What if I raised like $5
You
grand
wouldn't
and
make
golf?
it in the 10 hours in a golf cart. What does
I
that
could go
thing
faster on a
5 miles
golf
an hour?
cart, and well, I could get a tricked out golf cart. JDRF sponsored one. I know people. Listen, I can make it happen. Here's what's important to know: JDRF is helping people every single day, and like we talked about with Mike, the technology has improved so much. I mean, Steve, when you started all those years ago, you'd have to be constantly sticking yourself and then giving yourself a shot. I can't even think about the fact that some young people would have to carry a kit with them and then inject themselves. I mean, think about that for a second. Think about how fortunate we are that we're sitting here and never in our life have we had to worry about I can't.
Well, how about just knowing every carb you eat and logging it? And,
right.
I mean, you've got the injection side and this and that, but just calculating everything and making sure that everything is on par and everything's up to speed, because it really is a serious situation.
Yeah, you talk about managing it, and that's exactly it. So if we can make that process easier for young people, I mean, we're talking about, Annalise, right, was what, 5? Is that what you said when you first met her? 5 years old? Jade, sorry. Annalise works for JDRF.
Yes.
Jade was 5 years old. So just think about how much easier it has gotten for her from when you first met.
From that first ride. And they always have the one night they always talk about where the money's going and what they're doing.
Right.
And, 11 years ago it was, they're trying to get this and that. And now it's like they're already talking. Well, I think they actually did have their first artificial pancreas.
Wow.
The glucose monitors, like Mike said, the fact that now you can have an app.
It's unbelievable.
On your phone, and that's even, you start with little kids, but what about when your kid goes off to college?
100%.
Sometimes they might get a little lackadaisical and, I'm fine. But mom and dad, can see it, what's going on. I heard the story last year at the ride about a little girl who stayed the night at her friend's house across the street, and mom's getting an alarm at 3 in.the morning saying, you're low, and basically got up, grabbed a cup of orange juice and ran over to the neighbor's house and was pounding on the door like, I need to get to my daughter and I need to get to her now. It's life-saving technology, and that's why I love being a part of it. I love being a part of the great organization, because they focus so much of their monetary into research, development, cure.
That's what it's all about. And to get closer and closer to that is very exciting for sure, because hopefully, like I said, in our lifetime we'll see this not even be a thing anymore.
Yeah, and that was when I came back from that first ride, I made a DVD of the ride and gave it to the Logsdon family and pretty much promised them, I'll ride until there's a cure. And I kind of joked about it 2 years ago, and I said, I hope we find that cure soon.
Right.
I'm about done riding.
Yeah.
But 1,000 miles on the bike, and that's just the ride day. That's not training rides. A cure to go, and I, for my sake, I hope we get there soon.
I was
going to say, for
everyone
with T1D, I really would love to see a cure for them.
Yeah, we want it. We want it to happen for sure. Is that the app right there?
There's several of them.
Nice. Okay, there's several of them. Holy moly, this technology is just incredible, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about helping out. I mean, again, think about how fortunate you are if you have not had to deal with, or even if you don't personally have firsthand experience with managing type 1 diabetes, you certainly probably have a family member or a friend or know someone that has a child that is, received that tough diagnosis and then had to live with it, manage it. So events like this, the JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes next week in Wisconsin, apparently at the finish line you get to celebrate with apple juice. That's good, right?
Barley Pops.
Yeah, barley pops.
Which taste fantastic
I bet.
After 72 gallons of water,
right,
in watered down Gatorade and Nun and electrolyte pills and everything else that goes on. Haven't looked at the weather yet. I'm curious where we're going to be. We've had rain one year, and that was for the first 20 miles. So it was just long enough to get you nice and soaked, and that was fun. Last year it was gorgeous. I believe it was like mid-70s. So
Sure.
for August, that was great. But hopefully we'll have great weather and tailwinds pushing us.
Yeah, well, good luck. Thanks for coming on. JDRF Cure, Ride to Cure Diabetes coming up. Steve Graham will be doing it for his 11th year, representing Hy-Vee here in Muscatine. And maybe you'll celebrate at the finish line with a delicious Klondike Reese's.
They do have ice cream cones at the finish line.
Oh, my golly. Makes total sense. All right, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
You bet.
And
Thanks for having me on again.
For your troubles, here's a bottle of wine. Are you a wine drinker, by the way?
I've dabbled in my day.
That's a good word. Dabble is a good word. This is an award-winning wine, you know that?
That is. It's fantastic. I might have to go with dinner tonight.
Ooh, look at that, Arden Creek. We've sold one bottle thanks to this here program. Let's go to Chef Tess, who is still rocking and rolling on some garbanzo beans, right?
Yes.
I don't want to say it wrong. Again, this is to make the world's greatest hummus. This is what we call attention to detail. How much would the machine be to remove the shell or the skin from the garbanzo beans?
I looked into them. They're like anywhere from $2,000 to like $15,000.
Holy moly! For just is that all it does, or can it do your taxes or your laundry
beans,
or?
But it's like specifically
Wow.
for beans and peas to take like the outer skin off. Yeah.
That's all it does. Well, look at the amount of skin right there. That's what it looks like after I get a pedicure.
Oh God. Stop.
Have fun. Have fun with the rest of those.
Stop.
Sorry. Betsy, what if I was joking? You guys think I'm serious? Gosh. I only get 2 pedicures a year.
So you're probably not joking.
I'm probably not joking. No, they make a Tony suit out of the dead skin. All right, let's go to the CVI Bank and Trust aisle cam, and I'll stop grossing everybody out, and then we have a couple things we're going to get to at the end of the program. Our friends at CVI Bank and Trust. Now I'm going to be really self-conscious about getting a pedicure. Just kidding. Listen, if you wear flip-flops at all during the summer, even if you're a giant man like me, you need a pedicure. It's just, nobody wants to see that. Get it done. CVI Bank and Trust aisle cam set up right where we do the program from, looking at some shrimp you could put right on the grill. Shrimp on the Bobby. Right? Shrimp on the Barbie girl. Yeah. Life is fantastic in a Barbie world. So Hy-Vee Seafood, the case gets set fresh every single day right next to the meat department, and you can grab some stuff to put on the grill for dinner tonight. Are we going to watch the case being set at this very moment? We'll be very, very quiet. We're going to spy. Here we go. We're going to do a slow pan, one of Betsy's famous slow pans. There it is. There we go, Betsy. Slow ride. Take it easy. Now come back to the right and go buy seafood. It's like we're watching an Instagram boomerang. And there we go. Seafood, everybody. Fresh seafood and Steve Graham. All right, very good. Ryan Broderson, a couple things I want to mention. So Chef Tess has lunch and dinner today starting at 11:30. You can do some chicken verde tacos, $3 each.
Yep.
And then dinner is this fantastic pasta with fresh mozzarella and olive oil and Alfredo sauce.
It's actually like a fresh
Olive oil
tomato
sauce?
and olive oil sauce.
Ooh, even better.
So it's a little lighter for the summer months.
Yeah.
I haven't even made the mozzarella yet. The curd's actually sitting right here, so
Wow.
it's going to be super fresh mozzarella.
That mozzarella is going to be made today, ladies and gentlemen. That is very exciting. So come by for lunch starting at 11:30 or dinner starting at 4 o'clock right here. Keto cooking class tickets are still on sale at customer service. Couple of them left, $10 a pop. That class is August 29th. August 29th. My wife just commented on Facebook and said, ew. There's a little bit of a delay between the live show and what goes out on Facebook, so I'm just seeing that. So keto cooking class, August 29th. Get your tickets at customer service. First come, first serve as far as tickets are concerned. August 29th, 5:30 to 7. Learn about this crazy diet that a lot of people are talking about. I'm having success, 55 pounds since June 4th. It'd be cool to hit 60 pounds in 2 months, my 2-month mark. So we'll see if that happens. I don't know. Do we have the ability to show the Fuel Saver flyer? Johnny McYarn? Betsy likes that. Betsy likes that she's like in the not hot seat. Poor Ryan's dealing with like unreliable internet connections, and I'm like, let's pull this up, and Betsy's just over there. She's just. It's not what? I'll just hold up this winner. Check it out. The Iowa State Fair. They're winning. Mega Meat also happening. And Saturday, Friday. You can get some Mega Meat. I looked like I was flossing with a bottle of wine. Mega Meat deals right here at Hy-Vee. Check it out. And that Pick 5 meat special is just fantastic, y'all. So many good opportunities for you right there. Right there. Do people still say right there, Betsy? Is that a thing that people say? Sure. Thank you. She's making me feel good about myself. Just saying, sure. Sure it is, Tony. You bet. So, and also, as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to do Trivia Night August 13th. It's a Friends-themed. That'll start at 6 p.m. Let's go overhead shot of Chef Tess since we are losing the battle with the internet. Come on, MPW. Throw me a bone, will ya? Overhead shot in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen. Slaw, beans, hummus. Boom, boom, boom. So what's going to all go on the chicken verde tacos? Can you walk me through that again?
Yeah, so I've got slow roasted chicken thighs, prepared verde style. Those will go on a flour tortilla, and then I'm going to have the slaw here, fresh lime wedge on the side, and fresh cilantro. Wow.
Sounds delightful. What still has to go into that slaw? Is it a mayonnaise base? Is it
it's going to have a very, very light mayo base. So it's not going to be like a really thick traditional coleslaw. It's going to be a little bit of mayo with a bit of vinegar and fresh lime juice.
Okay.
So the dressing on it is going to be like very, very light.
Excellent. So when you make it, you're going to go tortilla, chicken verde, slaw on top. Good, won't it? Okay. About that. We'll just look at the colors on that slaw. Put that in a magazine. For dinner also. Very good. That's the fact that it made today means it will be. Noodle. Any specific noodle you're using?
I use linguine. It's one of my favorite pastas.
That olive oil-based sauce to cling to the noodle. When you serve it, when you plate it, will you do that twist, that chef twist move? Is that a thing you do?
Yeah. Yep,
twirl.
I do the twirl.
I'm sorry. It's not called the twist. It's called the twirl.
The twist is a different dance move.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't do that.
I thought you were going to say the twist is a different chef move.
No.
But the twirl. It's all about the twirl. Okay. Jody on Facebook says, "Good morning, Tony. You're looking so trim." Oh, thank you. I haven't been called trim yet, but I will accept. You're going to make a grown man blush, Jody. You know why? It's because I just drink a bottle of Arden Creek Nouveau every day. No, I haven't had any booze either since June 2nd. I stopped drinking just for the sake of the diet. But I have this Arden Creek because, again, this is an award-winning state fair, Arden Creek Governor's Cup. Governor Reynolds, who, by the way, been on this show. Hey, there we go. Scroll down a little bit. Brian Broderson will show everybody what I'm talking about from the Iowa State Fair in beautiful Des Moines, Iowa. 10 wines made from Iowa-grown grapes won double gold awards. If you'll scroll a little bit more, you'll see our friends from Arden Creek on that list. Double gold. There, Arden Creek. Double gold. Isn't that great? They're an award winner, Betsy. We're really excited for them. And Isaiah Phillips joining the stream on Facebook. I'll potentially see him later. And there's Arden Creek's face page. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, the internet. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Oh, no. Betsy broke the internet. Ralph wrecks everything. All right. Thanks to Mike Schrock with JDRF. He is the development coordinator at Eastern Iowa JDRF. He drove an hour and 40 minutes to be on this show to talk about the upcoming JDRF Ride to Cure Diabetes that Steve Graham, who works here at Hy-Vee, will be participating in for the 11th year, doing that ride 100 miles on a bicycle to help out with JDRF and make a difference for families with children that are managing type 1 diabetes every single day. That's, I don't even want to think about that. It's got to be tough. Again, today is National Ice Cream Cookie Day. Hello there! Ice Cream Cookie Sandwich Day. Ice Cream Sandwich Day. It's just Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Betsy picked out Klondike bars. I was trying to channel you to grab a Whitey's ice cream chipper, but you like, hey, Betsy, question for you. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you eat all of these in one setting? Stack them on top of each other?
Oh.
Let's see. Can I have one of these? No, I definitely cannot. Although, listen, I did talk to a retired Hy-Vee dietitian. It looks like it's floating. I did talk to retired Hy-Vee dietitian Nancy Dew about I would like to cheat on this diet, maybe. My birthday is September 5th, so please, streamers, balloons, money, thank you. What should I do for a cheat day? And I said, should I have, like, ice cream? Because I've gone a long time without ice cream, and I like ice cream because it's awesome. I don't know about this. I haven't had this before. Gmail.com. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm really excited about that. We'll talk to some friends with the Team Staffing Solutions office on Lake Park Boulevard here in the Pearl City. Next week, I'm also looking forward to the shows next week. We've got some great guests lined up, including my buddy Jason Wolf, who will be representing the Illinois City Firemen's Festival coming up in Illinois City. That's a great event, annual one, raising money for the fire department. That is a volunteer-based fire department, so if you ever need assistance on that side of the pond and you get some response from the Illinois City Fire Department, just know that those are all volunteers that are committed to making a difference, and I truly and wholeheartedly support everything that they do at the Illinois City Firemen's Festival. Plus, they have amazing pork chops, so they had me at pork chops. Let's be honest, they're very good. And then what else was I going to say? I'm trying to remember something about tomorrow. Oh, Muscatine Charities golf event and dinner at the Merrill. So I'll be going to that for the first time with my wife. Have a suit and tie on. What? I got to pick my suit up from the cleaners. And why does it cost so much to get stuff dry cleaned? You know? Like, a couple things that grind my gears, if I may. Getting stuff dry cleaned. Like, it's going to be like $20. And I just like, bad job ironing it? I don't know. And then, listen, they do a great job. But I'm always like, why? Does anybody have a coupon? I don't know. Is anybody out there watching just really good at dry cleaning stuff? Could you be my personal dry cleaner? I have 2 suits I wear like once or twice a year. Not enough to sustain your business, but just let me know. Shoot me an email, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Right below the Klondike bars. I don't know if we can put those back now. Put them back. If you get a broken Klondike bar, it's good luck. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll do it tomorrow. Chef Tess has lunch at 11:30 and dinner starting at 4. And don't miss out on those keto cooking class tickets. And while you're at it, I got to send Arden Creek a bill. This is that award-winning wine, and this was taken from the batch that won those awards. So this right here, this bottle of Nouveau from Arden Creek, you could buy this, and you could be drinking double gold and best of show red wine. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota of Muscatine and Team Staffing. And thanks to everybody that was with us on the live stream or is going to catch us on MPW Channel 5 at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. We'll do it again tomorrow, and then we'll kick off the weekend together. This is Tony Tone. If you need anything, email address is on the screen. Social media, you can always reach out to us or holler at me at the store, 563-264-2420. Let's wrap up and leave you with overhead shots from inside the Hy-Vee Today kitchen with Chef Tess. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Today with Tony. Thanks for watching Hy-Vee tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.